my mom is from Burma, but I was born in Burma, Bangladesh refugee camp. Whatever, I'm not Burmese, but all our friends here is Burmese. My uncle is Burmese. All my relatives is Burmese. Even my nationality is Burmese. My uncle already died in Arakan, state where the city is called Yakab. My all aunties, relatives, cousins already died. I have no contact of them. Some of my relatives went to Bangladesh, but the Bangladesh government didn't allow her to live in Bangladesh. So I have one request of Bangladesh government to open the Bangladesh border. Please open the Bangladesh border. Open the Bangladesh border. Please.
Why are there so many hearts of stone?
And my name is Ko, and I'm from Burma, and I'm a former political prisoner from Burma. I'm a human rights defender. Firstly, I would like to give my deepest appreciation and gratitude to the Red Legs being for the stand up for these vulnerable and torture and harassed by my government. Not actually say my government anyway. It's a military government. I would like to thank you so much, and I want to give my appreciation to the whoever turning up here to support the Rohingya issue, and I really appreciate it. You know, and I'm studying the law, and I'm a lawyer in this country, and then you know that all the human beings have to respect the universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is we are fighting for. So this is Article 15. It's clearly say that everyone have a right for their nationality, regardless of their religions or any kind of belief and any kind of classes. So that it is a very important. It's like every human being have a right to a nationality. They have a right to get a freedom. They have a right to be dignified as a human beings. So I'm really support here for the Rohingyas, and then I would like to say that the Bangladesh government is that you know, even though they are not signing the condition of treaty or convention of 1951 convention, even though they said, you know, they are a human being and that they have to respect that the Bangladesh government is so-called they are a democratic country, and why not the Rohingya have been denied to access and support for the people who are fleeing from their persecution, their own country, to the Bangladesh. And then, even though Bangladesh government having supported millions of pounds from the Dyfai
to wrestlers being organizing this event, and today I feel that we have we didn't expect here we have such a kind of organization supporting us. So you are with us. So it is a great encouragement for all of Rohingya community in UK. And you know, we are the people friendless in our own country. So we are not getting any much support within our country even. So you can see today these people are facing serious persecution. Our sisters are being raped by the Arakan authorities. In this kind of situation, when our sisters, our brothers are trying to flee to Bangladesh, they are being pushed back by the Bangladesh authorities. We shame on Bangladesh government. Again, I would like to say, why not please try to help Rohingya people to give a shelter. They are human beings. We just want for a temporary shelter. We do want to settle your country. We have our own homeland. Unfortunately, the Burmese government is killing us and Arakan community are killing us. That's why we need your help. Please try to accommodate Rohingyas. Please do not push back to the Rohingyas and open the border, please. Thank you so much.
Rohingya people, and then this is the government is fully involved, and this is the government forces become the killer forces, and that they have created a war-like situation. Under this war-like situation, people live in Arakan and they are seeking refuge in Bangladesh, and Bangladesh has got an obligation, because although she has not signed the 1951 Refugee Convention, when the refugees are already on the soils of Bangladesh, they have to accept these refugees according to the provision of the customary international law, practice of international law. That's why we will again request the Bangladesh to please open the border. At the same time, we appreciate that you have to bear the brunt of the refugee problem, the Rohingya problem for years, for decades, and unless the Rohingya problem is reasonably resolved, you have to be at the brunt of the Rohingya problem. That is why, please, at the same time you please try to find a permanent solution of the Rohingya problem in cooperation with the international community. Thank you.
Thank you once again for everyone attending this protest in front of the Bangladesh Embassy. It's very important for the people who are suffering. We've seen many other genocides taking place, and we see one happening right next to Bangladesh. Bangladesh government has a responsibility, has a moral responsibility, but we also congratulate the people of Bangladesh who are also within Bangladesh putting pressure on the government. And we also thank the British Bangladeshis, now the third generation, who are taking on this campaign, and hopefully this campaign will grow to a very larger position where we'll be able to put pressure on not just Bangladesh government, but this UK government as well. I know there are many other countries who are now learning about the plight of the people, so hopefully we'll be a stronger voice for them. It is very important that the people inside Bangladesh High Commission understand that the protests and campaigns will come forward and will grow bigger and bigger. We have the month of Ramadan coming. We will utilize all the masjids to get the message across. We will educate the people within all different towns and cities, because once we've taken on this campaign, we will not stop until we see justice, until we see, and we can also feel that we have protected people's lives, because we don't want to see children, innocent children, mothers, families being destroyed, killed in front of us. And in the modern world, we can see this on photographs, we can see it on TV. And we are going to be guilty for actually not raising our voice and doing something. So once again, please sign the petitions. Please go away back to your communities and get your community leaders to come forward, not to be embarrassed. And once again, I'd like to say, as British Bangladeshis supporting the British Bangladeshis in the UK, we have a lot of people who wish to come to this country. And we as community leaders, we help them and support them. People may come to this country for economic reasons, for being a student, but people of Rohingya are now pleading to us as part of humanity to allow them to come into Bangladesh so that they can live, so they don't have to return back to death and brutality. And this is what we're standing here for. We want to say, if Bangladeshi people can go around the world and seek the opportunity, why can't the people in the places where they've been slaughtered come and take protection? And this is why we don't want to see these people living on boats no more. We want them to have dry land so that they can benefit the month of Ramadan. Remember, the month of Ramadan is just around the corner, and henceforth we have a moral and a spiritual responsibility to keep the pressure on. I'm not saying anything against Bangladesh. All I'm saying, that Bangladesh has a responsibility, and as a British Bangladeshi, we have a voice in the UK, and you will hear that voice grow stronger and stronger. And I'll be at the forefront, and many other Bangladeshi leaders will be coming very soon to join this campaign. So this campaign will be very large very soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, I'm just going to literally just say a few words. We are going to wrap up really quickly because obviously we've just got permission for a few hours. And this whole protest, like I said earlier, is going to be peaceful, and it's going to try not to antagonize too much. And also it's going to be as legal as we can make it. So obviously sometimes it's quite hard. So
we just want to say in the next sort of 16 minutes that we've got left or so, I just want to bring back the idea of human rights being abused. Now I know there are obviously British Bangladeshis here, and there's Muslims here, and there's Rohingyan community here, and there are also non-Muslims and other ethnicities here. It's very, 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 very important, in fact incredibly important, for us to remember that this is not a religious, it's not about Muslims helping the Muslims, it's not about the Rohingyans helping the Rohingyas, it's not about the British Bangladeshis trying to do this because it's necessary for them to try and justify their government. It's not about those things, it's about us as a humanity, as a group of sort of human beings going back to the essence, as my colleague Zeenat said earlier on, of blood and bones. We're here because people are being killed. We're here because they don't have the right to call a piece of land their home, when God and every other creator out there that there must be, and every other government and every other bloody part of the UN states that they have the right to call a piece of land their home. So why is it that when it comes to this indigenous community, one of the largest, most oppressed community in the world, they do not have this right? They don't even have the right to take this to court and say, hey look, hold on, I don't have the right to call this my home. They don't even have a right to do anything. They can't get married, they can't have children. All of it's pretty ridiculous, really. Forget human rights, it's pretty just ridiculous, goddamn ridiculous. So it's about time that we realise that the essence of humanity, regardless of religion, class, age, societal backgrounds, skeletons in cupboards and other kinds of backgrounds, it's necessary for us to remember it's a humane issue. It's something that's being pushed and pushed and pushed for years, but no one wants to talk about it. And it's taken 2 weeks of incredible amounts of mass murder for it to hit some sort of news, and it still hasn't hit the mainstream media. Obviously, because we know the mainstream media, like any other little puppy dog, wants to follow what the puppeteers do. So we need to challenge these kind of issues. We need to challenge oppression, and we also need to remember, again, it's a human rights issue. The rights are there, they're not being applied. Our dignity is at stake. Our fellow brothers, sisters, cats, dogs, babies are dying, and they're not being given a home. It's as simple as that. And it's not about what religion or culture you're from. It's about your fellow human being going through a major, major crisis. And we just want us to just be able, just kind of go away, go home, go back to work with that nuggets of information inside of you. So again, we just want to remind every sort of Rohingyan member of the community that's here today that we are with you in solidarity, as Jackal said, and we're here not just for today, you know, it's not just today in the next 3 weeks and everything else, it's for the rest of however long it takes until Burma decides to bloody grow up. That's all I'd like to say.
We're standing on the doorsteps of Imperial College London. Some of the greatest minds from London, the UK, have come out here. For some reason, as humans, we still haven't figured out that just because someone is different to us, that they don't have the same rights. We still haven't figured that out, and we're in 2012. I have no idea what humanity has been doing all this time, but clearly it's not working. I'm going to outline for you what we're planning to do over the next 3 weeks. We've stood today, over the last 4 or 5 days, we've gathered momentum and we've managed to get 2,600 signatures on a petition to the Bangladesh government to kindly ask them to please, in human spirit, allow for the refugees to save themselves from death, from imminent death. There is no point whatsoever in them going back to Burma. They'll be treated as illegal immigrants and they'll be sent either to prisons or to their death. There is no point in sending them back to the rough seas on fishing boats that are no bigger than capable for having maybe 4 or 5 people on, and we have hundreds of people on. You are sending them to a death. Today, we've sent that petition, we've given it to the High Commission, and they've acknowledged it. We've won. They have said that they're going to send it to the government. Now we know that the government aren't going to do anything about it. But what we wanted to do, what the objective of the petition was to do, was to get acknowledgement. To get acknowledgement and to at least get it to government ears. It's done that. You've done that. Congratulate yourself. We've won today. But it doesn't stop. The Bangladesh government, let's face it, are nothing. They can't do anything. Their hands are tied. They've just signed a maritime border agreement with Burma. It's not in their interest to take the Rohingyans back. It's business. We've got to wake up to the world. This isn't about humanity. This is about business. So they're not going to take the Rohingyas in. We know that. We know that already. But we had to stand up. So we're not going to stop at the Bangladeshis like we didn't stop at the Myanmarese embassy like we did 10 days ago. We didn't stop there. We came here, and we're not going to stop here. We've got a petition to the British government. And to the British government, we will be handing in the petition on the 22nd of July. That's 5 days before the Olympic ceremony opens in London here. What we're then going to do after having that petition, we need every single person here. There's about 60 people here. We need all of your support. You all need to stand up alongside the Rohingya, whether you're Rohingya, as Rahima said, whether you're Bangladeshi, British, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, makes no difference. As long as you've got a heart that beats, and as long as your blood is red, you need to stand up. Okay? So we're going to hand in this petition to William Hague on the 22nd of July. On the 27th of July, as you all know, our lives will become miserable because the Olympics will start. So, no, you know what? We're going to stand in front of CNN, CNBC, ABC, BB, bullshit, all of it. You're all going to hear. You're going to hear because we're going to do it in such a way it's going to deafen you. We're going to stand. We're going to stand in front of the Hackney Olympic ceremony. We're going to sleep on the floor. That's the plan. We're going to sleep. We're going to say to the people, wake up from your slumber. Wake up from your slumber because this is happening. There have been many people over the last couple of weeks who have said, why should we address this issue? It's not our issue. People say, why is this a problem of the British people? This has got nothing to do with us. This is not a security threat to us. It's not a security threat, you're right, but it's a threat to our existence. We're all human. One day they're going to turn around and say, you're too black, you're too white, you're too blonde, you're too Muslim. When is it going to stop? We have to stand up now. So I'm asking you, over the next 3 weeks, while we start this campaign, it's a 3-pronged campaign. We silently will contact every single MP in the UK. We'll contact every single MEP in the whole of Europe. We'll be contacting every single council in the boroughs across London, Birmingham, Manchester, and every major city in the UK. We'll be contacting every single media outlet in the world. We'll be contacting all the community organisations in the UK. We know that they're all going to reject us. Maybe a few, a handful are going to stand with us. We don't care. Do you know why? Because they need to hear it. Once they've heard it, it's their duty to respond. So like it is your duty here standing, 60 of you, 70 of you, it doesn't matter. It's your duty to stand alongside us, to stand up for the Rohingya now. So the humanity and all of this that we've been talking about for the last couple of hours, clearly we can't have any hope, any sort of guarantee that the Burmese or the Bangladeshis are going to have it. It's got to come from us. The buck starts and it stops with us. The humanity in this human rights atrocity starts and stops with us. The moment that we stop trying, the moment we think it's been covered, the moment we stop our tireless works, is the moment that we've given up. We can't give up.